Hi guys, this is video tutorial for NeutrinoParticles Editor, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make some advanced technique and make particles disappear smoothly when they are terminated by Path Terminator. Let me show you what I mean. I create new effect, and this is default emitter without any texture. Let's make more particles, like 50 per second, and reduce their size to 10. And now let's add Path Terminator. By default we have only max lifetime, which terminates or kills particle after 2 seconds. By default you can change this value, and I'm going to add Path Terminator, which will kill particles when they're crossing some path, user defined path. And in this case we can't predict moment of termination, and we can't make any fading out which starts a little before termination. And by rules of NeutrinoParticles Editor, termination is done instantly, and you can't make anything after particle death. So let me show you some advanced technique which uses attached emitters, and it actually emulates some life after particle death. The idea is to have for each particle in this I'll call it parent emitter, for each particle of parent emitter to have attached emitter which shoots only one particle when parent particle is terminated, and this attached particle will replicate behavior of parent particle. Specifically, it will replicate its position, velocity, and size if we have different sizes for particles, and it will fade out and like simulates smooth opacity, and will be killed by max lifetime terminator after half a second, when after parent particle is terminated. So let's make it by copying parent emitter. It will be simple copy. I'll call it child, and this child emitter has to shoot only one particle. So in other generators properties, I enable fixed shots and only one particle. And this child emitter shouldn't be standalone, so it will be used only as attached emitter. So I click child and disable standalone. Now you don't see child particles at all because it's not attached to parent yet. There are only parent particles. And let's add attached let's attach child emitter to parent. You can do this by in emitter scheme by adding attached emitter block to parent emitter. I'll choose child emitter to attach and enable on terminate. So this emitter will be enabled only after parent particle is terminated. And what do we have now? We have parent particles and child particles rendered. So let's make less parent particles to see them clearly. We have parent particle, and when it is terminated, each attached child emitter shoots the same particle, but in random direction. It works exactly as it should, as I simply copied parent emitter to child. So in our child emitter we have start velocity as random vector, and starting position we have 0, but it is added to current position of parent particle, so its position is okay. And for starting velocity for child emitter, I'm going to pass this parent velocity to the particle, attached particle. So in child emitter I change start velocity sphere 3D vector, change to emitter property. Call it velocity or anything you like to show that this is velocity. It's only name, which we can see in parent emitter. In emitter schema you can see there is an error because we have new connector in attached emitter block which called velocity as we named it, and we need to pass velocity of particle to parent particle as it is parent emitter, velocity of parent particle to attached emitter to this particle. So in I connect velocity, output of velocity, and input of attached emitter velocity. And what do we have now? You can see highlighted parent particles, and when they are terminated, attached particle inherits velocity, inherits direction of as well as speed of parent particle. So we have child particles and parent particles. If we have so the idea was to fade out opacity, so let's make child emitter, particles of child emitter leave 1 second or even half a second, and transparency will be over particle life, and graph will fade out the opacity. And that's it for the showing the idea. And let's make more parent particles back, 50 per second, and we still have Path Terminator, as you can see this line, and even after crossing this Path Terminator we have smooth opacity for our particles, because there is different another one emitter after particles death. If you have not only so you need to replicate everything you need to process to cross or to change behavior of parent emitter to child emitter. If you have different sizes for particles, by default it's only 10 or 30 pixels points for every particle. If we have random value from 10 to 30, for example, we need to pass this size to the child emitter as well, because we will have instant change of size. You can see in this case. So we need to pass this size, starting size, as well as emitter property. I'll call it size, and in parent emitter scheme I'm going to pass this size to the new input, and we have the same smooth behavior. If you have rotation, let's make some steady rotation for particles, 90 degrees per second. You can see when switching to attached emitter there is a jumping of rotation, because we don't have for child emitter we don't have rotation at all. So I'm going to change this starting angle to emitter property, call it angle, and in parent emitter we have angle input and angle property of the particle. So I connect them, and we have correct starting angle for child emitter, but you can see that there is no rotation for attached emitter. They stand still, and to have smooth behavior we also need to replicate this steady changing of angle for child emitter as well. By default it is 90 degrees. So now you can see that even when we switch to child emitter we have the same rotation behavior. So this is pretty much it, and you can use this technique in most of cases, but there are some cases which where you will not be able to replicate behavior of parent emitter to correctly switch behavior of parent emitter to child emitter. It happens when you have very complex parent emitter with some movement like move along path, where you don't have any velocity which you can pass to child emitter. So it may be complex thing in some cases, very rare cases I would tell, but in most of cases you can use this technique to make such life after death of the particle. It's not only about fading out particle. You can change behavior of particle in any other way. So just you need just to have some practice to keep this technique in mind when you create effects. So for this tutorial this is it. Thank you. Bye bye.